Hello, good evening everyone. Welcome to Tala Talks, episode 200, 230, no? So, yeah, madami-dami na itong ating episodes and technically nga parang we are now on the fourth year of Tala Talks, and of course as we go along, no, madami tayong mga topics, no, na dinidiscuss, and then for tonight, no, it's very significant dahil there is this once in a lifetime or even generational astrological factor that we are going to discuss. So welcome and join our discussion later. Hello, Maricar.
Hi, good evening. Good evening, everyone.
And of course, Miguel.
Hello, good evening.
Okay, okay. So, yeah. Okay, talagang very actually tumultuos na itong 2026, no. Ang question ng karamihan is ano ba, no? Is this a major omen, no? Dahil may war in with Iran, ano? Hindi pa natatapos, parang on and off, no? one one week may peace talks, the following week or few days lang, no, simula na naman ng conflict, no? So ano ba, we are now at the parang early years of the 21st century, no? Ganito na ba talaga, no, yung mundo? And of course, ang daming development, no, sa technology, no? We just had, no, the very first trillionaire, no, Elon Musk, no? Pero in a few days lang din, bumalik siya sa being a
Mhm.
billionaire, no? So parang there's some form of instability, no, sa mundo, and of course people would want to look at the stars, no, to help us, no, find some sort of clarity, no, with what is happening, no. And of course later on, Miguel will discuss, no, this very important astrological factor that is now termed as, no, Barbo's basket, no. So alamin natin mamaya, no, kung ano 'yan. Pero before we proceed into that topic, no. So siguro dito muna tayo sa mundo natin, or in this part of the world, no, the Philippines, no. And of course ang pinaka importanteng event is this, no, itong the impeachment trial, no, which began on July 6, no. Okay, so ano sa tingin ninyo itong impeachment na to, no? Well, of course, no, you can touch a bit, no, on your on the politics, and then of course if you can relate that, no, sa astrology, no, better.
Hmm. Personally, I haven't been following too much
Mhm.
lately because I think like everyone, parang napagod na during the Senate crisis. So I think after that, I'll take a break from everything. So I'm
Aha.
not so updated. I just saw that there was back and forth between the lawyers of both sides.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think right now I'm on a break from politics.
Oo, oo nga dahil nakuha na ng eksena ng magkapatid actually, no, nung the previous month, no, wherein ito nga, no, nagkagulo, no, sa Senate, no. Pero apparently, no, baka ito nga yung kanilang, that was, no, their plan all along, na actually i-delay or patigil, no, itong impeachment, and no, siguro we can relate, no, this event, no, itong impeachment, no, doon sa main topic natin later on, ano, kung kasi may positive, supposed to be, no, may positive outlook, no, based on so-called Barbo's basket, no, at no, pero madami kasing components itong Barbo's basket, no, and actually we can actually connect this, no, doon sa chart, no, for example ng Vice President, no, dahil yung mga planets niya, I think, no, medyo at least yung components, no, maybe later on after Miguel's discussion, pwede nating i-transpose, no, itong this basket doon sa chart niya. Pero to start with, no, I think yung conjunction of Saturn and Neptune in the first degree of Aries, no, is somewhat connected, no, dito sa impeachment, no. Number one, although we don't know exactly, no, her time of birth, pero I think, no, it's around the first degree of Aries, no. So siguro yung conjunction which occurred early this year, the conjunction of Saturn in Aries, no, was conjunct, no, let's say activated, no, the chart, no, of the vice president, no. What do you think about that, no, Maricar?
I think anything can happen because there's di ba merong like the basket, magta-trine siya, magsa-sextile siya. He can be positive, pero pwede rin siya mag-work for the dark, for darkness. Pwede lalo silang bumili sa, depende kasi sino nakahawak eh. Sino nakahawak ng, party basket, you can call it. So pwede siyang a new way of dealing with life, tayo lahat as humanity, or it can be parang siguro it works for, kung masama ang tao na umahawak ng, let's say, ng ball, pwedeng lalong mag-escalate kasi nga it's a trine. So it can work both ways.
Alin yung mag-escalate?
Pwede mag-escalate ang darkness, pwede rin
Okay.
mag-uplift, right? Parang it can work both ways. But usually,
Okay.
magaganda kasi yung planets eh. Magaganda yung pagka-trine niya, pagka-ano niya. It doesn't always mean, for me, hindi mo masisure, hindi sure na mag-elevate ang humanity. Pwede siyang lalong pumunta sa darkness. Depende kung sino, I would think kung sino nakahawak, kung sino nagko-control sa atin. But
Okay.
I want to be positive about it.
Okay, sige. So, well, in relation nga, no, dito sa impeachment, no, for example, no, ang question nga doon is this a real, let's say, doorway, no, towards change? Is this a step, no, towards sort of cleansing, no, of our mindset, no, or of the race or the Filipino race, no, in general? Kasi yung conjunction ng Saturn and Neptune, which by the way, no, it's still active, no? Kasi it's like a doorway, no? Parang the exact conjunction which occurred early this year, it's like a door, no, that has been opened. So it doesn't mean na porque the exact conjunction is over, no, the factor, no, is no longer active. So it's actually very active, no, right now, no. As Marika is saying, no, there's always the possibility na baka magamit din, no, sa negative or ng darkness, no. Pero I think it's a given, no. Pero we can also, no, use this, no, sa positive way, no. And of course, I think cleansing, for me, cleansing yung pinaka manifestation nito. At yun nga, kung i-connect natin doon sa chart, no, ng Vice President, who is now undergoing a trial, I think yung Saturnian accountability is there, no, is still affecting her right now, no.
I think mag-change with those transits. I will think mag-change ang perception natin ng our perception of the world mag-iiba mo siya. Life will never be the same again for that.
Perception about
Life, about what is true in life. Mag-iiba tayo. Yung mga structures na na-build natin. Let's say, may belief ako, pwede siya ma-dissolve. So, mag-iiba siya because of the planets. Pwede kang mag-ground mo ground the divine. It's not all parang rules, parang nag-imagine ka lang. You ground it and you put it into practice. Whatever you learn, that's good. Maybe you can put it into practice. because it's Saturn and Neptune. It was
Okay, so of course no, may structural changes ka
oh,
mo no that's coming. So
mm,
sige, so let's see.
mm,
Okay, yeah, sige, so I think
really,
uh may mga retrograde stories ba tayo?
oh, oh, kanina, kanina, a while ago,
Ano 'yan?
I
Hmm.
thought 7:30. Madali ako ng 8 p.m. pala. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, oo, no. So nag-change
Mm-mm.
tayo ng schedule, no. Oh, okay. So anyway, how about you,
Also,
Miguel, no?
mm,
I
Any
think
retrograde story?
I think at work, I think generally, because I have a new project coming up, and the sequence of events was very difficult to for everyone to comprehend.
Mhm.
Not just because it was a complex topic, but I think the person who put it together, the details were very confusing. So it was like three layers of confusion that is still ongoing. So,
Uh-huh.
ayan.
Okay. I think madaming makaka-relate siya no dahil yeah it's a common thing no when Mercury is retrograde no may misunderstanding no may something that is unclear no kaya ang suggestion natin when Mercury is retrograde try to slow down review whatever needs to be reviewed no read the fine print no of an agreement no something like that no? So yeah no it's a common experience no idagdag na natin itong mga problem no sa mga banks no sa mga social media no accounts no ano ba yung naapektuhan lately. Ah, may mga naapektuhan na social media no lately no which is very I mean if you look at it no every now and then ano kasi 'di ba Mercury retrograde occurs 3 times a year no parang almost always no may isa o dalawang tech giant no, na naapektuhan no when Mercury is retrograde. Okay. Okay, sige. So, ako wala naman akong Mercury retrograde story as of now. Wala pa. Okay.
Yeah.
Sige, so okay, sige. So if Miguel is ready, no, we can start the discussion for our main topic. Of course,
Sige.
Miguel will lead. Go.
Sige, let me share. How do I share again? Share. Send request.
Okay, sharing.
Okay. Is it visible?
yes.
Okay. So I will talk about Andre Barbo, the person, and this configuration he wrote about a long time ago. So the reason I got interested in this, so I actually noticed it, I think early Feb, because it just so happens to be during my birthday week. So it was kind of obvious, parang by accident. I saw it, I tightened the chart, and so it was a very kind of remarkable kind of configuration. Then after kind of marveling on it for a while, I found out that it was first wrote about by this French mundane astrologer, André Barbeau. And so, yeah, this kind of triggered my interest. So, okay, let's start. Uh, okay, I wanted to uh, open with this kind of statement from Rick Tarnas, just to kind of set the mindset uh, for people who kind of see something this kind of amazing in the sky, so that it kind of grounds the mindset that you should have. So this is actually part of a single statement, but I put it in bullets. So, right, the chart kind of gives you the archetypal field that is active at the time. So right now we say there's a lot of fire and there's a lot of air, right? So those are kind of the archetypes that will kind of come into manifestation, we can say. Then we don't know in advance technically how which part of the archetypal field will be enacted, right? Is it gonna be a high Aries or a low Aries, right? We can never say. So that is shaped by the choices that we make, the level of our self-awareness. So there's a participatory relationship that we have as people with this archetypal field. So it's not pre-given concrete fates that happen. It's more of uh, the more aware we are, the more consciously our participation is with this field that we are sitting in. Okay, so at the same time, right, though this is informational, right? Don't let your whole life be guided by these things, right? Be conscious about what's going on in your own life and trust your inner guidance. Okay, so what I will discuss is a little bit about Andre, the person, some of his notable predictions from the past, then a little bit about the basket itself. So the reason why I put basket in quotes, he never actually called it Barbeau's basket. It's kind of a term that came after his life, right? He never actually uh, labeled it under his name. Then I will kind of point out some things about the Jupiter-Pluto cycle, then some key future dates and kind of final thoughts I have. So, so Andre Barbeau, who actually passed away right before the pandemic. So, right, he's a French mundane astrologer. He actually wrote 40 books, which I found very impressive. But most of them are in French. I think he might have one or two which are in English. But yeah, he was a prolific writer, and not only in terms of books, he did write in publications. So he really has a very large body of work. Then just to get a feel of what kind of astrologer he was, I pulled this kind of paragraph from astro.com. So it says, according to Daniel Verney, Andre was a precursor between astrology, psychology, and geopolitics. His approach to astrology was essentially symbolistic, moderately determinist, and in favor of statistical verification. According to his empirical approach, the credibility of astrology derived from proof through experimentation. So I think he is considered a pioneer among mundane astrologers. Of course, since yeah, if he was born in 1921, I think he was practicing for 70 plus years, something like that. So he's quite an impressive person. He's not like a random name, uh, a random, yeah. Okay, so his notable predictions. So he actually has a lot of, no, I think my original list was maybe eight notable predictions, but I picked maybe four of his most, the interesting ones. So the one he's most known for is predicting the collapse of the Soviet Union. So he wrote about it in a 1953 book. So he pointed out the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, which we had this year, which triggered the Iran war. So in 1953, he pointed out that there would be a Saturn-Neptune conjunction, and he predicted in the year of 1989 there would be some kind of structural shift in the Soviet Union. So the quote, so I put here the quote that he wrote about just to show how accurate he was. So this is translated from French, right? So I don't know how exactly it is. So he said, the next Saturn-Neptune conjunction of 1989, so that's almost 40 years in the future, will take place at the end of Sagittarius and the beginning of Capricorn, right on the cusp of the midheaven of the USSR chart. We may well witness a liquidating restructuring of the Soviet regime, a profound shift in its ideological framework, and a renewal of the political leadership, leading to a new historical phase of for the Russian state, right? So he kind of predicted the year, he predicted what would happen, and right, he chose correctly the configuration that would trigger it. So I actually navigated to the exact date or month where it's supposed to happen. And yes, true enough, it was Saturn Neptune was exact during the time when supposedly the split kind of formally started. So yeah, he predicted this almost 40 years ahead of its actual timing. Okay, his next most popular prediction. So this is actually how I first heard about him. So he predicted the 2020 pandemic. So he did this in a 2011 publication, right? So 9 years into the future, he wrote about a unique drop in the cyclic index for 2020 and 2022. Okay, just to explain. So the cyclic index is something I think that mundane astrologers use. It measures the distance of the outer planets. So the closer or bunched together the outer planets are, the lower the index will be. So if you look here at 2020, right, it's uniquely low. Um, so I guess that was his major flag to say something would happen in 2020. Yeah, so he pointed out in 2011 that this would be the lowest point of the cyclic index in the 21st century. Then the quote on that is, "We may well be exposed to the risk of a new pandemic." So I don't know how he there found how he determined it would be a pandemic, maybe a Neptune symbolism, but yeah, he did say that. And the lowest point in the cyclic index of the century falls on the years 2020 and 2022, a configuration where the five slowest planets gather tightly together. This extreme concentration historically corresponds to a great collective upheaval and specifically points to a major global health crisis. Okay, right. So he wrote this 9 years in the past. So yeah, he actually has a large body of work predicting well ahead of time. Okay, so moving on to his 2026 prediction. So, okay, sorry, I actually copied. So you can ignore this number three, but anyway, the quote on his 2026 prediction was, "It's the most benefic configuration of the century, and the interplanetary partnership will work for the best in splendid relaunch of civilization." So I think so he wrote about the configuration many times. It doesn't exist only in one. It's you can find him talk about it in a book and multiple publications. So it doesn't really exist in one piece of text, but he always kind of mentions relaunch of civilization. So he says, "It contains a harmonious relationship between the primordial opposites, the coming together of the external and internal, rational and spiritual, mind and soul, human beings surpassing themselves while experiencing life on a higher level." Okay, right? Kind of extremely positive. Um, so just to add to that, I learned also the configuration in July by itself is not the only thing he's talking about. So he's also so this description he has uh, also incorporates the Saturn Neptune conjunction, which happened earlier in the year, and the fact that the cyclic index is on an upswing. So I think those are the three kind of factors coming together for him to write this statement. Okay. So, okay, let's go into a bit of what's in the shape itself and some things I noted. Okay, so the first, just the rarity of the thing, right? Given how slow the outer planets move, right? Pluto is like 240. plus years, Neptune maybe 160. So for them to all be in kind of tight aspects, so trines and sextiles to each other is already quite a rare thing, right? But you add to it the fact that they're all in the same degree, right? It's um almost impossible when you think about it that there will be a week or a month where they're all in the same degree, right? It sometimes breaks my brain when I think about it. So the only way I can view it is that there's some sort of divine kind of fingerprint in all of it, right? The heavens had to have kind of really manipulated things for it to come out this way, I think. I don't think it's something that kind of happens randomly. So that's the first thing. Then, okay, they're all mostly in harmonious aspects, trines and sextiles, which means, right, the energy is supportive, right? Once again, whether that's for good or for bad, all the rivers are flowing in the same direction. So whatever one planet wants to do, there are four planets there that are kind of that can be supportive factors in what it wants to accomplish. So, right, so we're in a very unique configuration in terms of how supportive things are. Then on the third bullet, okay, this is off topic, but when I put out this chart and made it exact to the moon, I just recalled that it looks exactly like Metatron's cube, sacred geometry. So this is off topic. Don't consider it too important, but it's just kind of a trivia. If you want to see it as kind of a spiritual sign from the heavens, sure. But yeah, it you can see it there. It even looks like the exact chart that I drew. Then, okay, you see here I marked with green and blue highlights. On July 29, there's going to be a full moon that will almost exactly hit Jupiter and Pluto. So it will happen at 6 degrees. So that also can't be a coincidence, where the sun will be very closely conjuncted Jupiter and the moon close to Pluto. So it will activate that kind of oppositional pair. And of course, activating that pair will activate the whole configuration. So that's something to watch for. Then on August 12, if you see the green highlight, that's where the eclipse will be happening. So once again, that axis of Aquarius and Leo will once again be triggered. So in quick succession, you have the exactness of the configuration, a full moon, and an eclipse. So I think that really points my attention to the Leo Aquarius kind of points of interest. Then once again, all the points in the basket configuration are in fire and air, right? So in terms of an affinity, they are also supportive, right? When you mix fire and air, you get a bigger fire. So, right, there's this energy of supportiveness and speed. So it's like speed plus speed. So yeah, this period is where change can happen, for good, for bad. But compared to the previous years when we were in earth and water, things are speeding up. If things weren't already faster than that time, things will speed up even more. Then, more as a trivia, okay, if you're someone who thinks midpoints are important, so I think those would be people like Rick Levine and Uranian astrologers, they consider midpoints important. There are midpoints also in this chart. So if you look at Pluto trine Uranus, Neptune is at the midpoint, the exact midpoint. So that would be another sign of intensity or kind of energetic significance. So Neptune is at the midpoint and Uranus is also at the midpoint. So I'm not a big believer in or I don't use it that often, but I know a lot of people do consider it significant. Then, okay, I wrote here Jupiter Pluto corners. So this is, I think, an opinion that something I noticed that I haven't seen most other people notice. So the slower move, the slower points in the basket, Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus, will basically stick together until next year. I think mid next year, they won't be too far apart, right? But this corner where Jupiter sits, um, so at some point, Jupiter will move on, but at some point, the sun will occupy that seating position and trigger the basket again. And then Mercury will move forward and occupy that corner and trigger the basket again. So that completing the basket is actually important. In a future slide, I pointed out the date when Venus was actually in that spot. So it was at that spot June 17, and June 17 was the day that the US and Iran signed their MOU. So the exact date. So it seemed a planet filling the corner. I I interpreted it as being important. So after Jupiter, we can expect the Sun, Mercury, and Mars to fill in that space and trigger the configuration again. Um, yeah. Then, right, there are many ways to interpret this. I'm sure if you watch 10 YouTube videos, you'll get 10 different kind of answers. So I had to think about it for a while. So I choose to view it just as two energies kind of playing together. So there is the Pluto side where Pluto is trining Uranus, and it talks about kind of right technological breakthrough, genius, liberation, and revolutions of thought. So it's about moving forward and change. And then there's also the corner with Jupiter and Neptune, which kind of talks about something more spiritual or related to wisdom. So kind of I see it as the balancing out of progressing forward and at the same time balancing it with, I guess, the heart space type of wisdom. So okay, before I move on, uh, do you have do you have any kind of opinions or insights on what you're looking at?
Yes, thank you for this details. Actually, the details that you mentioned, parang ngayon ko lang din napansin, ano, or tiningnan, ano. Okay, so anyway, I think one of the most important things that you mentioned is this fire and air emphasis, no? For example, Jupiter in Leo would be in aspect with Aquarius and Gemini, and also Saturn siguro, no, if we can include Saturn forming a whole sign, no, aspect, no, with this. So there's this emphasis on the fire and air, no, which is actually can be considered as a creative
Hmm.
thing, no, kasi fire is a creative force. And with air, no, it's about the intellect. No? It's about being free to come up with something new. No? So I think that's a very good thing. No? And siguro to connect this with our viewers, no, who's maybe new, no, to astrology. No? So siguro, yun nga, no, I think this fine air affinity, no, that Miguel is mentioning is that. Parang ito yung doorway natin, ano? How do we personalize, no, this factor, no? So siguro initially, if you have fire and air planets in your chart, no, so for example, Sun in Leo, Jupiter in Leo, Moon in Aries, or the air signs, no, Aquarius and Gemini, no. So if you have planets in these signs, no, siguro somehow, no, you will imbibe, no, this creative force, no, this creative energy, And then if you tap into it, no, if you, let's say, make yourself a vehicle of something, of new ideas, no, of something, no, yeah, if you yourself, for example, utilize, no, that energy, ayun, baka you can also be a force for change in whatever field you are in.
Also, I think it can also mean that you can access unknown gifts because of the fire and air.
Yeah.
Meron ka
Mm-hmm.
pala mga talents, hindi mo alam, meron kang mga gifts.
So
And
what I
then
also
you,
said earlier was
mhm,
The Jupiter trine Neptune, right?
yeah,
There
that
seems
one.
to be a lot of wisdom,
Mhm.
right, in that kind of interaction.
Para siyang flow of mystical awareness. Nagpo-flow siya. Hindi ka lang buwa, parang hindi ka nag-imagine lang. You're able
Mm.
to really ground it. Yun ang blessing ng basket.
It's also notable, no? Kasi when we talk about spirituality, no, parang yung there's always this uh, for lack of better words siguro, no, there's always this conflict, no, between the ego and something bigger, no, than oneself.
Mhm.
So notable that Neptune is in the sign of Aries, no, which can be a bit egotistic, no, just like Leo, no, which is also configured, no, in this basket, no. So and then Miguel noted, no, the midpoint, no, between Pluto, which is the planet of transformative or deep-seated changes, and Uranus, no, which is maybe yeah, uh, parang breaking free, no, from the past, no, past systems, uh, obsolete,
Liberation. Mm.
some form of liberation from an obsolete way of thinking. So we see the formula here, no? Parang maybe we have to do some Plutonian things, no? Look within, dig deeper into oneself, and find out, no? Kung ano ba yung mga energy or psychological patterns, no, that's hindering you from, no, let's say, welcoming this Uranian, no, Uranian ideas, no, for change, for liberation. So yun, no, and then again, we emphasize Neptune in Aries, so some form of introspection to overcome, no, or to go beyond, no, the expression or the actions, no, of the ego, no? So I think it's a good formula, no, for bringing about change.
Mm. And also, right?
Also,
Yeah, go ahead.
and you can also ask ourselves, what is inside us that can battle these changes? Kasi minsan pag sobrang daming changes, it feels like it's chaos. It feels like everything is chaotic, so gulong-gulo ka na. So you really have to look within yourself, and ask yourself, what's inside me that can battle these changes and this feeling of chaos? And then you realize that the tools are all inside you. Yeah, the tools of the soul, maybe.
Mm. Then, okay, right? Jupiter in Leo, right? That has kind of a double king kind of feeling, right? Leo the
Mhm.
king,
Mm,
Jupiter the king. So maybe globally, we might see this tension between the elites and the collective with
yeah.
this opposition. So that's one of the possibilities I see. And also, it could be, right, Jupiter in Leo, you kind of believe in yourself, believe in, right, what your heart wants to express. So you have that audacity so that you can kind of uh, bring it into the collective through the opposition with Pluto.
And
Um,
also, yeah.
then, right, whenever you kind of activate any planet in this configuration, all the others will come to be part of the picture, whether you
Yeah.
like it or not. Right? All the planets want to integrate. When there's an aspect that part of the psyche wants to integrate, then luckily, since these are mostly harmonious aspects, the integration won't be so crisis oriented. It might happen smoother, it might happen productively or through through a smooth creative process. So at least that's what I feel. It's a harm overall a very harmonious configuration that asks us to change. Because right,
Yeah.
all the parts of the psyche are saying, okay, I'm ready to help. So we have to use it, right? Sextiles are active. You can't, you need to engage them. So at least that's my thoughts. And like I said, this position corner of the basket will be activated when the sun passes through, when Mercury passes through, and Mars passes through. So we're going to get
Mm.
multiple hits of this year and also
Mhm.
next year. When I looked a year later, the orbs are still very close. I think the furthest anyone will get will be 4 degrees. And then July period again, we will have the same thing where the personal planets will occupy this corner of the basket. So we'll get another hit, another series of hits. So that's
Mhm.
very interesting thing to watch.
Um, yeah, yung Aquarius and Leo axis, uh, can it also be yung, is it just me? Lahat para sa akin lang? Or is it for everybody? With
Yeah,
yung mga
self and the
victories ba,
collective.
yeah, my victories ba should be all about me? Or my victory should be for everybody? Kasi pag ang
Hmm.
victory parating only me, I don't think we will survive as a humanity. I think we really have to think about others. And that maybe ito yun. That's why it will change
Yeah,
how people see the world, how you see life. So it can be
yeah.
good.
Then
Yeah.
on the opposite end of Leo, right? There are a lot of
Mm.
people who are not truly expressing themselves or who don't
Yes.
believe in themselves enough. Then
Mm-hmm.
maybe the Jupiter coming in will push them right into that space where they can be fully express so
Yeah.
that they can affect the collective fulfill a collective need or something.
So they can live their chart. They can live their
Yeah,
sun sign. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Regarding the crisis, no, that yeah, Miguel mentioned that these configurations are more harmonious, no, and then somehow it doesn't speak of a crisis, no, because the planets are like helping each other. But actually, I think, no, another way of looking at it is that the crisis has already happened, no, and maybe this is the solution, no, that we are waiting for, and then because there will be multiple reactivation of this positive configuration. So maybe in the next few months up to next year, no, as Miguel is saying, until what ba? Until June next year or July or maybe towards the end. What do you think?
Okay, it depends on what orbs
Okay,
you consider, but
Pe-
by
it's
July next
four.
year, it's
It's
4
four.
or 5, which is
Uh,
still kind of
Still,
decent. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So
Um,
that's hopeful. That's a hopeful configuration na given na 2025 and the early part, no, the first half of 2026 is tumultuous. So maybe ito, no, baka we can be more hopeful, no, that magkaroon na nga ng peace at magkaroon na nga ng cooperation, ano. Kasi
yeah.
number one, ano, we see also pressure, eh. Parang let's say people from the United States are sort of pressuring, no, the US government, no, criticizing, of course, and somewhat it's happening sa Albania and of course dito sa Pilipinas, no, merong we're watching, no, the impeachment, no, para because we want change, no. So I think, no, there's something to be hopeful for, no, at least in the next 12 months to 12 months, no, to plus 6 18 months down the road, no, if this configuration is going to be reactivated.
Yeah. So let's see. So maybe during the eclipse, there might, I think that's the only point where you can say there might be crisis
Okay, yes.
triggered here. But as I said earlier, the way Barbo talks about this shape, he talks about it in the context of the cyclic index rising the
Mhm.
Saturn and Neptune conjunction earlier this year. So he sees it as a continual upward trend.
Mhm.
So hopefully the crisis of the 2020 pandemic was already the bottom, right? We're only going up from this point. Yeah.
That was the worst kasi everybody's affected.
Yeah. So at least from his view, from the cyclic index, and when the planets start to spread out again, that's when the new civilization is launched. So now
Yeah.
they spread out, they form this basket. Okay, it's the stamp that
Mm.
we're entering a new state of civilization.
That's one thing very yeah, that term, no, relaunching of civilization. That's one thing that's very beautiful, no, with this configuration. Meron ding talk about parang renaissance of some sort, no. That's also projected, no, because of this configuration, because the Gemini and the Aquarius, no,
Mm.
highlight, no, these are associated, no, with creativity, with intelligence, no? So siguro if we use the term, no, relaunching of civilization, maybe uh of course syempre may debate pa, no, whether AI is good or not. Pero this is siguro ito 'yon, ano, parang this is the doorway, no, towards this relaunching of civilization,
Mm.
because ito yung bago, no, yung AI, no, ngayong panahon na to. So siguro if you will look at it, no, with this framework, no, na may civilization, na may possibility, no, to change, civilization, no. I think medyo baka, no, it's say telling us na to embrace, no, this current or recent technological advances, specifically, no, with AI.
Mm. Yeah, then, right, like I said earlier, it does, right, at least to me, it seems like there's like divine intervention that allowed it to happen, this configuration to happen this way. So I am hopeful that, yeah, it's a positive direction for humanity. Um, okay, do we want to? So I'll move on first, but we can return to this slide since it's the one with the configuration. Okay,
Sige.
I'll talk about the Jupiter-Pluto relationship because I considered it important because of the full moon and the eclipse. So if we go back to some past Jupiter-Pluto conjunctions, actually they are very, I guess, indicative of crisis. So if we go to the previous one in 2020, so if you look at the chart here, it's the chart actually March 11. So this is from March 11. So that's when the pandemic was declared. Then if we go back further on 2007, that was the financial crisis. So Jupiter Pluto, right? As I said earlier, we experienced the bottom, right? In between these two, these were the two major financial crises that happened. So uh, it being an opposition, Jupiter Pluto opposition, we're kind of seeing the fruition of that kind of crisis experience, hopefully. So in this next slide, I talk about I look at what happened during the square. So if you look at what happened during May 2023, the Jupiter-Pluto square, first of all, the WHO announced the pandemic was officially over. So, right, um, wonderful time. Then ChatGPT launched their mobile app. So, right, this is a very significant time in terms of the Aquarian technological themes. Then I added a few others, but basically, uh, these are themes of AI breakthroughs and rising concerns about, right, making sure AI is safe for everyone. Then there was some crisis regarding Ukraine, Russia, and economic pressures. But yeah, so my point is the conjunction and the square seem to be very significant. We're entering the opposition. So hopefully it's, and we're entering the opposition with all these kind of supportive components. So let's hope it's a good thing to watch. Okay, this is my last slide, but that we can return to the basket again. So I think there won't be a big bang per se, like the pandemic or crisis. I think there might be some event, but this kind of theme, what the basket is trying to do will unfold over maybe 2 or 3 years. So don't believe, so I choose not to believe the hype that something amazing will happen in July. So I think it's gonna be a slow uh kind of unfolding. So I also say here, so the harmony will create an energetic space for multiple supportive beginnings to happen. So with all those parts of the psyche working together, I think during this period of time, somehow people will be able to accomplish things that they weren't able to do before, simply because all those energies in the psyche are working together, right? If I try to do something in the Pluto archetype, Uranus will help, Neptune will help, right? So then I say, again, because of the fire and the air energies, more can be accomplished with less friction. But so I'm not saying good or bad, more can be accomplished. But I also say this includes integrating lessons from mistakes. So we should be action oriented and also know that if we do make mistakes, somehow with all those harmonious aspects, we will grow from them faster, right? So maybe also same for people who are not doing very good things in the world. Maybe it will also trigger positive growth or realizations in them. So I put here, now is not the time to stay the same, right? We said earlier it's a good time to change, right? Maybe that might be you wanted to become healthier, quit smoking, those kind of things which you've been delaying. Now might be the best and easiest time to do it, right? Because of those, the psyche is in a very harmonious state. So I say now is not the time to stay the same, right? Look for what changes you're being called to make. It might be the easiest, smoothest time to do so. Not not to say it's not difficult, but maybe uh your progress will be easier. Then I'm also feeling we will encounter a lot of global tipping points, meaning, in society, there are a lot of things we feel, why does this problem still exist? Or why do we keep doing things like this? So we're waiting for some sort of shift to happen. So I think with all these harmonious things, that shift might finally happen. Like, let's say, uh, why why do people why do companies still keep making toxic food when they know it's toxic? Why does that keep persisting despite all the information? So this might be the time where finally things meet the tipping point and things go in the other direction. Okay? So then, okay, the themes I think that to watch for. So okay, so the elites versus the collective. So right, the elites just keep accumulating more power. So the power play between the two will come up because there's a lot of Aquarius and it's coming up against the Jupiter Leo. So I think that might be a long-term theme that, right, if we want justice in society, we kind of have to find the balance between the 1% and the 99. Then, okay, AI's next phase, right? We're with Pluto and Aquarius, Uranus and Gemini, right? We think of the genius, right? So AI will enter its next phase. So whether that's sentience or whether it's the elites using it for not so good things like surveillance, we're gonna enter a new phase, and then people will be called to push back because I think technology is getting ahead of itself. It's moving faster than kind of the soul of society can adapt to it. So the push and pull again of people and technology. I remember, I think last week, there was this big news story where I think Sony PlayStation, the video game console we all know, they decided they will end physical media in 2028. So that alarmed so many people because, right, it's kind of an end to ownership. If you don't have physical media, Sony controls everything, so you lose reselling the thing you bought. So there are underlying themes of power play in that very simple topic. Then what we talked about, right, the reshaping of society, there was a lot of talk this year about the US empire kind of declining, right? Because they kind of offended all their old allies. They showed that what their real agenda was, and there's this sense that the other countries in the globe are moving away from close ties with the US. So I think moving forward, um, their existence as the global superpower might not be so uh, might have to change, right? Everyone's moving away from them, and yeah, they spend all these money on wars. Yeah. So it might be the rise of China, those kinds of things, and Iran, right? If the deal pushes through, they might emerge as right a superpower in their own way since they have the oil and they can control the strait. Okay, I talked about these. The neighbors. Okay, do we finally get alien contact? I think that's a topic that's right. The volume is not high, but it's there, right? The US is slowly releasing all these things when they want to distract society from the problems. They'll release UFO files. So it's there buzzing in the background. So does it explode soon? And that causes us to rethink what humanity is or our role in the universe. So that's another one. Maricar, did you want to say something? I saw
She
you were
would
laughing.
uh, she would love to meet aliens daw, sabi ni Maricar.
But you know, in the
Actually,
Vatican, they're already studying galactic. They have galactic theology already.
In the Vatican?
Yeah, they're studying it because they know they can't. There's a group or a section. Ano tawag doon? Ayun, words. Parang there's a department that studies galactic theology.
Hmm.
You can
And
okay.
talagang yes.
okay, then so here key dates. So I put here the dates when the 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 other planets will occupy the corner of the basket. So I looked back. So on June 17, so I kind of have evidence when Venus occupied that corner. That's the date that US Iran signed the memorandum of agreement. So then here's additional information that wasn't in the previous slide. When we have that full moon in July 29, the sun will be exact in the corner of the basket. Then when the eclipse happens on August 12, Mercury will be occupying the corner. So it's also another big coincidence that when these kind of important lunar events happen, there will be planets exactly in the basket corner. Then another one in October and December. Then I just show here that throughout 2027, the basket will still have good orbs. So on Feb, it's only 4. On June, it goes back to 1 because of retrogrades. Then in July, the personal planets will all trigger it again. Ayan, that's it. Do we want
Okay.
to go back to
Mhm.
this?
You know, there's an
Sige,
eclipse
sige.
in August. Yung eclipse sa
What?
August. The eclipse in August will touch, yung pathway niya would be Greenland, Iceland, and Spain. What's that mean?
In Cart
Yung eclipse natin, the
the
eclipse is
eclipse
going to
path?
happen in the eclipse path. So what does
Mm,
that mean?
I don't know. I'm
Which
not.
countries? Which countries?
Spain, Iceland, and Greenland. Dun
Spain.
siya, pati Spain. So I'm not very,
Mm. Well, the truth is that when an eclipse is visible in a particular area, it will feel most of the energy, no? Or the astrological effects of the eclipse, no? So Greenland, no, 'di ba, it has been in the news I think last year, no? So siguro there will be an escalation, no, of I don't know, events or conflict, no, in that area, no, because siguro ito yung next next na
target.
target
Target ng US.
ni Trump, no. One thing, that I noticed, no, yung yeah, when we're talking about the signs, no, Leo, Aquarius, Gemini, Aries, and what else, Aquarius, ano, okay, parang ito yung sign ng mga world leaders, and even sa Philippines, no, these are the signs of the leaders that's in the headlines, no, right now, no. So for example, no, si Trump, no, kung ma-activate yung Greenland, no, sa August eclipse, Trump is interested, no, in Greenland, no. Okay, and sa Ukraine, no, Gemini, no, Gemini si
Zelensky.
Zelensky, no, of Gemini din si Trump,
Sarah.
no.
Si
And
Sarah is
si
Gemini.
Sarah, oo, Gemini. Kaya nga,
Gemini
no,
siya.
parang siguro that's one thing na, at least generally speaking, that's one thing na parang a good lesson, no, to our viewers, lalo na yung bago sa astrology. When there's something highlighted in the sky, whether eclipse, no, or whether this one, no, such as this Barbos basket, no, may mga planets, and then the planets are configured in a certain sign, and somehow yung mga key people who will sort of make this, no, uh these energies, no, the potentialities, the people who will make this reality will are somehow, no, aligned, no, by their signs, no. Pero again, sometimes it's the sun sign, but when you look at the whole chart, siguro it's more meaningful, no, when you can connect, no, this configuration with let's say a country's chart, no, the leader's chart, no, and of course, no, siguro um let's say during the activations, no, that you were mentioning, Miguel, ano, pwede nating balikan itong topic na to and siguro connect, no, doon sa mga personal, no, sa charts, no, ng natin, ano, or ng ibang tao, no. So siguro that's a good sequel, no, to this topic. Pero before we continue our discussion, let's welcome si Je Victoria. Hello, Je.
Hi, good evening. I'm sorry I just joined in.
Aha.
I thought it was 9:30. Sorry po.
Okay, no problem, ano, and of course nga, ano, na humabol si Jack kasi napakaganda nga daw, no, ng topic natin, ano, at although Jack, na-discuss na namin yung main, no, main factors, no, siguro whatever you had read, or if you have questions, no, we can start with that para makasama ka na dito sa discussion natin.
Yeah, well, if you don't mind me asking, I think this Barbos basket will have an effect on the national event. So, yung isa sa event na nangyayari ngayon sa atin, I'm interested what it holds for Sara Duterte, for her impeachment. Yon.
Although masyadong specific yan, ano, Jen, but of course we can, yun nga, that's I think that's one of the goals, no, that we can pursue, no,
What's her ano
at
ba,
at
Resty?
some point.
What's her ascendant sign ba?
I'm not sure of the time of birth, but some of our friends, no, said that Gemini yung ascendant sign niya.
Oh my God, she will be affected a lot.
Okay, sige. So kung yun ang gusto mong puntahan natin, no, we can actually touch a bit on that, no. Pero i-connect lang natin, Je, no. Balikan lang muna natin itong Barbo's basket. Miguel, can you bring the slide back doon sa chart mismo, no? Okay, no. So I'll summarize, Miguel, ah. As Miguel is as Miguel mentioned, no, this is the chart, this is Barbo's chart, no. At may mga highlights nga, no, and specifically to connect lang doon sa tanong ni Je, no, these are the signs, no, highlighted, no. Aquarius, because Pluto and Jupiter, no, will be is, no, opposing each other, and then ito nga, no, according to Miguel, no, this is a very rare configuration kasi hindi lang dalawang planet, no, there are four planets that are exactly, no, at the fourth degree of the signs, no, they are in, and then they form nga, no, this sort of basket shape, no, configuration, ano. Ngayon to connect, no, yung this configuration sa tanong ni Je, no, Je, no, yung kung titingnan mo nga, Je, no, yung chart na to, no, yung sun sign, no, ni Sarah is Gemini. And then meron actually siyang Leo planets, no? It's actually a conjunction between Saturn and Mars, no? Doon sa chart niya, no? Okay. And then if the time of birth is approximately, no, around 6 a.m., no? Pababa, no? Yung moon sign niya is actually Aries, no? So kumbaga medyo pasok na pasok siya, no? Let's say kung superimpose natin yung chart na to doon sa chart niya. Yes, no, you are correct, no, in saying na affected nga siya, no. And then Maricar also mentioned yung Leo eclipse na baka nga, no, tamaan nga, no, yung mga leaders, no. By itself, no, the Leo eclipse would generally speaking affect, no, the leaders, no. So sa general factor, the president of a country, the vice president of a country, no, will be affected, no, because an eclipse, more or less, no, may dala yan na positive, no, which is bringing out into the open, no, something that was hidden, no. So in that sense, generally speaking, no, I think, no, maapektuhan nga siya. Yeah, Miguel, no? Can you expound on that siguro kung paano natin i-connect to sa chart, for example, no, ng BP, if you have any idea about that, or
Okay. Okay. Right. Non-astrological. When I look at a
sure.
stock chart, right, there's two ways to look at it. What does it say technically, and what's the fundamentals of how the company is operating? So, right, what's the fundamentals of the impeachment trial? Will she get the
Mm-hmm.
16 votes? I don't think so. So, in that sense, I think it's kind of already decided. And whether she wins or loses, will that really
Mm-hmm.
change the fabric of society? Right? So, I don't think so. So, I don't put too much stock in it. I mean, um, yeah, I think whether she wins or loses, Duterte will run in 2028. So, right. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's it's a tool definitely to try to put accountability, but ultimately I don't think it will shift things radically. And historically, I don't think we've convicted a president like Erap. He technically wasn't impeached, right? It's just that when they voted not to open the envelope, that's when people rallied. So I think historically we've never really convicted a someone in a high
Mm-hmm.
position. So personally,
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
uh, uh, Jaded na si Miguel, no, sa political
I mean,
atmosphere
really,
natin
right? What will it
ah.
change? So sometimes, right, politics is a toxic energy to engage with. So sometimes,
Mhm.
okay, if I go there, it's very fun to watch, but I think it's
Mhm.
a draining thing. So I'd rather kind of look for something more meaningful.
Okay,
I
pero
love the
anyway,
stoic approach.
uh, pero as you were saying, no, this is not astrological, no? Your views, no, about this is not
Yeah.
astrological.
I look at kind of the technicals and the fundamentals, right?
Mhm,
If
mhm,
the stock chart of a company looks bad, but when you look
oo,
deeper and they're making money, then at some
mhm,
point the thing will correct. So okay, we're in
mhm,
a trial, but underneath, will it really change anything? And at the end of the day, we're
mhm,
talking about Marcos versus Duterte. Will you,
mhm.
will you really be
I
loyal to
get your
either of them?
I get your point. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, yun nga, if we will actually try to apply this, no, the situation, no, there is a glimmer of hope, no, actually, no, and then siguro maybe we haven't really done the this let's say mundane study in a very systematic and continuous, no, manner, no, kaya we actually have no precedent din, no, kung doon sa mga pag-aaral na to continuously, no, but so s- okay, pero if we will actually look at the details, no, of this chart, tapos for example nga, no, as na-mention ko na rin kanina dyan, no, yung Saturn and Neptune conjunction in Aries is actually conjunct, no, her natal moon. Okay, so doon pa lang pwede natin kasing yung general, no, this general configuration, pwede nating i-transpose or i-treat it nga, no, as an aspect, no, na that we can interpret, no. So in this case, Saturn and Neptune is about accountability. It's about correcting some Neptunian, let's say, moral issues, no. So parang the planets in the sky is actually supporting this what is happening, no, such as the impeachment. Tapos yung nag-connect, no, is that the Aries conjunction is actually tied up with her moon in Aries, no. So yung degrees, I think within 4 degrees then kung within the first half of the day, no. So may something, no, may something, no. So I don't think this process of impeachment is going to be useless. I had a post today nga, no, actually ang sabi ko nga is regardless of what is the outcome of the impeachment, whether ma-impeach siya, matanggal siya or hindi, you know. I think yung beauty nitong impeachment, no, is that ma yung desire, no, of the Filipino to to clean, no, the government is actually real, no, and then it's supported, no, by the planets, no? So maganda yung process ng impeachment kasi lahat tayo nakatutok diyan. So kahit may away ba sa social media, no? Actually parang it's a process of bringing out what's inside you, pwede mong mates, no? Pero ang maganda dito is under this configuration, no? Merong Pluto. Pluto is digging into the past, eh. Digging into certain issues na tinatago. So I think makakatulong itong configuration na to if we try to connect it, no, tapos susuportahan natin yung yun, no, yung process ng cleansing, no, in the government, which may malaki naman na talagang nangyari, di ba, napakulong yung dalawa na ba o tatlo, no, and of course for example kung kasama natin yung si the Diskaya couple, no, and two senators na pala, no, yung napakulong, no. So hindi, these are also rare, no. Using this rarity, no, yung 4 degree aspect. So I think may nangyayaring positive
Mm.
na kung titingnan nga natin, sabi ni Miguel, no, this configuration will be reactivated until next year. So yeah, no, the process is actually I think good for us.
Can I just comment? I think at the very least, we're going to get a good drama in the Senate. And
That's for
secondly,
sure.
yeah, secondly, I think with with Pluto in Aquarius. Tama ba? Pluto in
Yes.
Aquarius, there's gonna be a big change in terms of people, the way they think and the way they will react to this. So I think yes, sabi ni Miguel, the Duterte's another Duterte will run even if Sarah is not able to. Another Duterte will run, but definitely the opinions of people will be changing because of this event.
Well, let me point out something also. We kind of, right, looking at the Pluto and the Uranus in Gemini, right? We say we kind of live in a post-truth world, right? Where Pluto in Aquarius kind of at worst talks about a very intense tribalism, right? I will stick to my group no matter kind of what the truth says. And then kind of um Uranus and Gemini can also be the heretic, right? Something like that. So there's also negative aspects to that which are at play right now, right? The tribalism, uh, and we see like in the internet, it kind of doesn't matter what the factual piece being said is, as long as the volume you flood into the kind of the social media platform, if the volume is great enough, you can kind of sway things. So that's something that society needs to tackle with
Mhm.
also as it goes through these, right? Social media is getting banned for 16 and below in multiple countries. So society is so slowly pushing back on trying to find a healthier relationship with yeah, technology.
Mm.
Because so I think that's the biggest thing that affects politics today, the role of technology and the platforms. So if we
Yeah.
want healthier
Mhm.
politics, we need to kind of uh ha-
Balance or
Change the
yeah,
game.
control.
yeah,
Change the
because
game.
yeah, right. So if you
Yeah.
have a big budget, you can target people and shift them slowly. So yeah. So hopefully, we get a healthier relationship with those things. Because if you imagine before the politics of the 90s, it was so different because, right, you didn't have social media where, um, right, okay, I'm quoting someone, but it it's kind of insulting, pero whether it's the US or here, idiots can find each other.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah. An idiot with a voice can find an idiot with a voice.
Oh my
And
god.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's freedom, right? That's true kind of freedom of speech. But right, taken to its extremes, yeah, we get this extreme tribalism and echo chambers type of thing.
Oh my
And
god,
also, I
Miguel.
think, is, yeah, I think isang tragedy sa politics when you think that just because you're many, you're all correct. So, paano pag kunyari you have the majority, pero majority naman talagang sira ulo. So, it's not always right na, it's not always correct na just because madami kayo, dapat manalo kayo. But then, yun. Because madami kayo, mananalo kayo. Kahit lahat is, let's say, not good for us.
So, what I'm getting from Miguel is politics by perception. So, you're influencing a lot of people's perception just because of the media. And then from Maricar, I'm getting that it's a politics of population. The more who believe in it,
Yeah.
even if it's wrong or right, it's what it is. Yan. Ang tingin ko naman, the Pluto in the Aquarius is going to change that because Pluto is going to make upheaval in people's tribes and it's in people's perception and in people's um anything, everything. Yun, parang doon may nararamdaman ako doon. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung I can't put my tongue on it.
Yeah.
So we can imagine the unimaginable. I think that's what we should do. Para may hope tayo. Imagine
Well,
the
Yes.
unimaginable. Mm.
well, by its function, 'di ba? Pluto would want to dig deeper to find treasure or gold, di ba? Hidden, no? Underground, no? So again, ano, ang approach ko nga dito is that, yung view ko dito is that, it's a process, no? It's a process, no? So magandang sabayan natin or suportahan natin yung process ng hindi lang yung impeachment but the process of digging, no? Kaya nga, di ba, ang isa rin sa statements ko before is that in your own sphere, no? Parang kailangan nating tumulong, no, dun sa pag change ng mindset, no? Kahit may trolls, no. Actually yung trolls parang common na yan, common na. So hindi ko na rin pinapansin. So, yan, just do what you think is right, no? Try to hindi not necessarily be very aggressive, no, about converting other people to your points of view. It's more on parang wag ka lang tatahimik, no? Parang gano'n. Kasi ang daming pwedeng pag-usapan, and then sa atin, ano, being capable of reading the signs or the symbols, no? Parang we have something to share, no? To other people na pwede nating maliwanagan yung certain aspects. And we can use, no, these configurations such as this one in coming up na siguro with a more hopeful narrative, no, based on this, no, dahil because of these reasons, no, that Miguel enumerated, no, the rarity of this 4-degree configuration, the energetic harmony between the outer planets, no, which in Barbo's language is actually that we are at the beginning stage, no, of the rise, no, of civilization, no. So yun lang, it's the rise of civilization, it's not happening in a vacuum, no? So kailangan may may say tayo or meron tayong contribution, no? Hindi tayo dapat maging nonchalant regarding these things. And that's the beauty of this chart, no? May interconnection between the planets. So basically, it also means may interconnection, no? Or mayroon tayong say sa lahat ng mga changes na to.
I have a last question. Uh, when I read the Barbo's basket event, it said there it's supposed to be like a renaissance. So I'm wondering what the effect will be with the Philippines. Ano ba ang ascendant ng Philippines? How will the
Yes,
Philippines be
okay.
affected?
Okay, while Miguel or Maricar, no, is thinking about it, no? Unahan ko muna, Jet, no, doon sa progression ng Philippines, no. One of the parang pinaka main factor that I have been pointing at is the progression of the July 4 chart, no, na it's my shift, no, that's going to happen sa Philippines by 2029, no, which is the strengthening of our Mars, no? From Mars in Libra, our Mars will be in Scorpio, no? So that can indicate, no, the strengthening of our number one, the military or our ability to defend ourselves, no, or our country, which can be a good starting point, no? Kasi parang I think similar to doon sa nangyari sa Japan, yung isolation ng Japan, I forgot which century, no? Siguro 16th century ata na nag-isolate yung Japan. Yeah, no? And then from there na develop, no, further, no, yung kanilang culture, no. So I think that shift, no, from a weak Mars to a stronger Mars will be the supporting, no, supportive environment, no, that perhaps, no, this configuration can help develop, no. Okay, and then to answer your question, Je, no, the chart of the Philippines, ang ginagamit ng majority sa atin dito sa Tala Talks is Virgo ascendant. So Leo is uh, on the 12th house. Aquarius is on the 6th house. Okay, Miguel, Maricar, any na
Can you
superimpose?
repeat what's on the 12th house?
The 12th house is Leo, and then we have several planets there. Nandun ata yung Mercury, nandun yung Venus, and I think, yeah, Venus and Mercury. No? I'm sure about that. And then I don't think we have a planet in the sixth house of Aquarius. And Gemini would be at the 10th house. No? So this configuration,
Is in the upper
yes,
half.
Gemini, and of course
What,
Aries, no? Aries would be Gemini in the 8th house.
what's the time
So
of birth?
9:15, July 4, 1946, 9:15 a.m. Manila.
10 a.m. Okay.
So leadership, no? Siguro leadership, no, is going to be affected, no? And based on what is happening nga, no? So dahil critical tayo ngayon sa mga leaders, no? Dahil lumaki yung investigation na parang uh, let's say senators, no, na you thought, no, were really very holy, no? Something like that, no? It turned out na hindi pala, no? So, lahat tayo ngayon, we are not necessarily expecting, we are demanding, no? Better leadership, no? Parang gano'n, no? Kung docile lang tayo, naghihintay lang kung anong mangyayari, uh, those who are willful, they become more stronger, no? Pero kung ito siguro yung sinasabi, ito nga yung Pluto in Aquarius and planets in Leo would indicate na the change should come from us, no? So lahat tayo dapat maging involved, no, somehow, no? So we have to demand, no? And then based on the configurations, this one siguro a prelude, no, to that shift in 2029. Which I think, no, ang punto nito is the 2028 elections, no? So I think it's going to be a very critical period that will sort of help us, no, bring about, no, the change that we are all waiting, no. So it's a long process, no, and so we should not lose hope, no, dahil the astrology looks good, no. Pero yun nga, it's not happening in a vacuum. We have to do our part.
And whomever's gonna run needs to announce soon, right? If it's
Mm,
2028,
mhm.
they're gonna have to
Yes.
announce in the next few months.
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
Or in the
And we
next few
cannot
days.
complain.
Next few
Safe
Yeah.
to say
months.
now, safe to say now within the next few months or sabihin natin weeks.
Pag masyadong maaga, natatalo sila. Pag masyadong maaga. But you know what? We cannot
But
complain about corruption if we are also corrupt in our own way. Let's say, nagbabayad ka ng, let's say, traffic enforcer, nagbabayad ka. You do your own corruption. The corruption surrounding us will never disappear. So it really starts from within. You cannot
Yes.
complain na ito si ano, itong politiko to magnanakaw. Kung nagnanakaw ka in any way sa buhay mo, you cannot change the government. It has to start within us.
Oo. Pero start, no, it
Mm-mm.
means hindi lang inner, no, pati outer, no. So siguro yun yung
Yeah,
kailangan
yeah,
natin ding
it,
emphasize, no.
yun yung grounding ni
Oo.
Neptune and
Oo.
Saturn and Aries. Doon
Hindi
papasok yun, tsaka Uranus and
hindi
Gemini.
pwedeng akuin natin lahat, no, yung which is equivalent
Yeah.
to the issue nga nitong Filipino resilience, no. So it's inner and
Hindi
outer, no.
pwede.
So for
Yeah,
total
but really,
change, no,
hindi sila
kailangan inner and
you
outer.
cannot, yeah. You really cannot complain about corruption when you have corruption inside you. You have to ask yourself, oh, what do I have inside na merong ganito? You have to ask yourself, the government can change it for us.
So question, will that
Mm.
maturity of conscience be triggered by this Barbos basket in any way?
it can
Hopefully,
facilitate, but it's still the free will of the person,
right? Your
right?
choices.
So, yeah,
Your
so
choices.
kind of asking concrete outcome questions. It all boils down to free will.
Yeah.
Yes,
But yes,
yes.
it can facilitate, right? That's kind of the message here. the psyche is in harmony, if you use it properly, it will propel you further.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay,
then we
and
also
the
need,
road. Sige,
yeah,
sige.
go ahead.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, okay, right, the corruption topic will boom again once we hit the rainy season, which should be
Yeah.
August.
Oo.
Yeah, because right,
Nga pala.
all the things which were kind of avoided last year will be brought out again, right? If the topic was why is Martin keep not being put in the spotlight, it will come back in the spotlight again. Then on the topic of right, what Maricar was saying about we have kind of corruption in our own way, in our own little way. You have to think, right, with the poverty we have, to be able to reform it totally, people with money will have to give up a lot of right of what they have, right? So the question becomes, let's say you have a lot of money. Are you willing to give up 50% of what you own in order to, right, alleviate poverty? They're gonna say no, right? So it's
Yes,
a very complicated question.
Day
But
of
yeah,
Aquarius.
this can support good decisions, but it
Mhm.
starts with good decisions. And yeah, the whomever candidate is running in 2028 needs to appear soon.
Oo, oo. Yeah. And yung question ni Je, no, regarding change, Je, no, I think nga, if we look back at this chart, no, yung Gemini and Pluto, no, in Aquarius, no, Uranus and Gemini. So I think it's going to be helpful, no, in this changing of mindset, no, dahil Pluto. Pero yun nga, no, there some diggings, no, must be done, no, psychological, no, itong nature natin, ano, which is, I think naman, no, may mga healthy discussion, no, regarding, for example, nga yung resiliency, uh, ano yan, ano, and of course the corruption. No? So yung the diggings itself, no, will help us uh, become aware and eventually, maybe with the help of new ideas, presented, by this Uranus in Gemini, so may solutions, that we can see, we can see, and then hopefully it becomes widespread, and the chart says the potential, to do that, to achieve that sort of cleansing of the mindset, is possible. Of course, hindi 100%, pero um, uh, it's going to be felt, somehow. No? Okay? And siguro, to another topic, ang another one that's of major significance, as mentioned by Maricar before dumating si Jenna, is actually the Leo eclipse, on August 12. No? That would be, I think, on the 20th degree of Leo.
Hmm, around 19. Yeah.
Mhm.
Then
Although,
wait.
hindi na siya tatamaan ata dito, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the nodes are also changing signs. So the nodes will also go into Leo and Aquarius. So
Kailan
for
yan?
the next so this is the 19th. So hindi pa. Maybe August.
Yeah, yeah. Kasi
Yeah, so
one
for the
degree ata
next
to, di ba? 1 degree.
yeah.
Okay.
So
So
that means
malapit
for the
na.
next 18 months we'll kind of be releasing Leo karma
Mhm,
as a
mm.
collective, right? We'll be releasing the Leo shadow.
Are you
And
And
saying are you saying South Node right now is in Leo? Yeah.
it's in Virgo.
It's
about
in
to.
Virgo.
It will enter Leo August-ish.
South Node. Okay.
Yeah, so
So, so by karma you mean yeah, can you expound on that, no? What do you
yeah,
mean
so
by
so
karma?
right, the simple explanation, right? If you go to Vedic, the the north node is the head of the snake. It's what you should be eating. The south node is the tail of the snake. It's what you need to be excreting.
Okay.
So as a society, what kind of karmic emotional baggage do we need to excrete in a Leo archetype kind of thing?
Okay. And what are these?
Selfishness.
Leadership, no?
Yeah, or
Kasama dito
maybe
yung leadership.
uh, being performative, not being really honest to yourself, prioritizing the applause of society than what it really needs, that kind of thing. But yeah, leaders, it could definitely be leaders or people who feel like they're above other
The law.
people. Yeah.
Above the law. Ngayon, babalik dun sa tanong ni Je, no, kanina. No? So, some people think that they are above the law. Ayaw umatid ng trial. No?
Mm.
Ayun. No? So, I think by highlighting that, no, again, Je, no, I think we can see, no, some positive developments, no, dito sa ating goal, no, to change the mindset of the Filipinos.
When you mentioned the South Node is entering Leo in August, immediately what entered my mind is that it's going to highlight the bad aspects, or I think ano siya, maha-highlight yung negative
Yes.
leaders. Is that is that tama? Is that correct?
Miguel?
Hmm. I think could be, but you look at it, at least the way to look at it, right? You can look at it personally. You look at the person's chart. If it's hitting anything sensitive, it might be yun na nga, personal karma being released. But if we're talking country or collective, then kind of what does Leo mean in a society? So it could be leaders. It could be yun na nga, fake performativeness, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's a shadow of the archetype will is being called to be uh dealt with.
Siguro a more graphic or specific way of looking at it, no, is imagine Trump, lahat ng mga shadow expression, no, ng Leo maaring makita mo sa kanya. And then when the north south node hits or moves from Virgo to Leo, all eyes will be on him. And then people will criticize, people will speak against him, and will demand, no, change. No? Ngayon sa chart ng Philippines, by the way, Leo is in the 12th house. No? So yung corruption resides in the 12th house. And then we have two planets there. No? So I think kung magko-continue pa tong mga investigations, at magkakaroon ng result, no? Magkakaroon ng result, no? Although 18 months, no? Uh, that's almost 2 years, no? So yeah. I think 2028, 2029, we are in a better situation.
But to get
And
to that, there's a process.
Process. Oh, yun ang wag natin kalimutan. And we're part of the process.
but right, we
No
can
one's
say
exempted from the process.
yeah, but we can say even in a global kind of lens, a lot of the new leaders are much better, right? You can think of
Mm-hmm.
Vico in this country, or you look at Mamdani in New York, right? He's a
Ibrahim.
socialist. What?
Ibrahim, I forget the country, sa Africa. Ibrahim.
Uh,
Yeah,
His name is Ibrahim. I don't remember the name of the country. I cannot remember.
it's a new country
But
yata.
para siya military, galing siya sa military tapos naging president siya.
Yes, yes.
Hold on, I'll ask.
yeah, so at least, right, it's very evident like the new breed of leaders
Mm-hmm.
will be different. Will be different, right? They're part of
Yes.
a different Pluto generation entirely.
Yes,
They
that's
they
another
will
thing, no?
they will need to be different.
Hallelujah.
And okay, on the
Oo.
Pluto and Aquarius, I mean, personally, I've seen many very inspiring kind of movements in the last few years, like the flotilla to Gaza, which involved, I think, 50 countries, 200 people volunteered to sail uh, into the hands of the deadly uh, government of Israel, and they know they're gonna get caught, potentially tortured, but they've done it, I think, 3 rounds already, just to draw attention, and that's a very kind of powerful uprising symbolism. And even here, right, we see. I went to UP one time for ano, Filipino-Palestinian kind of event where we see the same kind of uprising energy. So it's happening in smaller pockets. It just needs to grow organically. But it's happening in a different way, right? The Gen Z have a different way of doing it, and they're more vocal about these things. So yeah,
And
it
yung
is.
mis
Um,
and yung mismong rallies no against corruption in itself no that's something na uh, powerful no kasi it's somehow no the people are being heard no by the I think no by I don't, by the government. I don't know if that's a correct statement. Napaisip ako.
Hmm.
Okay, so but anyway, yun nga no, yeah, we are hearing voices no everywhere no. Parang mas powerful yung mga movements no such as this no. Okay, so on a good note no, we can end this good discussion on that no good note na madaming nangyayari pero the chart no specifically this Barbo's basket na is very helpful no. So yeah no any parting words or summary, Maricar or Miguel, and then Je.
um, the perfection behind the world that you see. And then find the meaning in your struggles. Kahit na gaano kahirap yung buhay, find the meaning. Not just what's happening. Find the meaning behind that. It will be easier.
Okay, thank you, Maricar. Je.
I only entered a little bit, but I love what I gathered from the short time that I was here.
Uh,
What I get is that the energies presented by the planetary configurations of Barbos basket are very powerful, and it can make a change. But yes, we do need to apply it. We have to use it positively, and I'm very happy. I get the I like the part of Miguel putting us into perspective na hindi lang ito yung factor, hindi lang energy yung factor. It's how you use it. It's how it will play out in the real world, and all the other factors that are already there. So, yes, use this. Personally, I think I'll use this positively. I'm looking into it, and I'm going to look at what's effect is on myself. I hope this bears well for our country, which I think it does. Yeah, and so I'm very hopeful. Thank you.
uh, okay, Miguel, are you open to have a sequel or a part two of this? Maybe somewhere, let's say when this activation will be, when this configuration will be activated. For example, July 29 or whatever,
Let's see.
August 12th.
If we see it's really right, if we see on 29 that it's really something significant happens, then we already have like a track
Okay.
record where 29 the sun was there, something happened, Venus, something happened. If it looks like that, then yeah, we can make it
Yeah.
part or whole.
Or we can do synastry chart nga between this chart and the country, or maybe even no sort of hindi naman forecast, no, pero whatever guide, no, we can get from this per ascendant sign, no, something like that, no, to personalize, no, this configuration, no. Okay. Okay, any parting words or summary,
Mm,
Miguel?
well, it's already here, I think.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I
Highlight.
think so even I think in the topics of local, I think this would
Mm-hmm.
apply. Global tipping points, meaning
Mm-hmm.
topics that have been stale for a long time. It might be the time that, right, suddenly the wind shifts because of those supportive aspects. Then, I think my message to everyone was, yan na nga, don't stay the same. All the aspects are supportive of change and transformation, right? If you trigger one planet, you trigger all the planets. But if you don't trigger any planet,
Nothing will
they
happen.
they won't come to the aid of the others. So yeah, think about what change you've been putting off for a while, or a task that your life has been kind of asking you to take. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Miguel, for this wonderful discussion, and thank you to Maricar and Gerald, no, for this for the details or the discussions, no, that we had. At as summary, I think this topic is something worthwhile exploring, and then we intend to look deeper into this in future episodes. So thank you, everyone. We will be restreaming this by the end of the month, no, when the exact aspect, no, will be up in the sky, no. So thank you everyone for joining us tonight dito sa Tala Talks Astrology
Astrology beyond
Beyond
Memes.
Memes.
memes. Bye. Good night.
Bye.
All
Good
right.
night.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank
you. Thank you, Miguel.